Not a long time ago I acquired all the achievements in Dark Souls 1, and it was hell. Greetings, it is I, Medionos, and this is Medionos Conquers. It is important to say that I did my first playthrough not caring about achievements, so these are the achievements that I got just by playing during my first playthrough, killing all bosses and getting my weapon to plus 15. After this I realized that I wasted a lot of resources that I would need for the achievements, so I had to start on a new character. Yay! I also used this Steam guide by Psyop Girl, so thank you for the guide, it's amazing. Link in the description. Also, this video is really fast, so don't use this as a guide for achievements. That's what the link is for, so check the guide if you want it. Now, let's begin. The asylum went as usual. I just had to not kill Oscar, cause we will need him later. Killed the demon, then went to Firelink. Here, I talked to Petrus and discovered his covenant. This gives you an achievement, so talk to him. Then I bought a residence key from the merchant in Undeadburg. Also I started with the master key, so I'm not sure if it was necessary. Also bought a bow for the Drake on the bridge, because you need his tail weapon for one of the achievements. And then I killed the merchant for the Uchigatana, which I would end up using throughout the whole first playthrough. After killing Taurus Demon, I talked to Solaire and went to shoot the tail of the dragon and acquire my first tail weapon of this playthrough. You need 6 in total. Also, about Solaire, you need 25 faith to join Solaire's covenant, but the requirement goes down if you get summoned and help a few people. So, that's what I did. Oh yes, it was magnificent. Then I got a crest shield for stamina and finally joined Solaire's covenant. On to Bell Gargoyles! The fight was simple enough, I beat them on the first try, getting the tail weapon in the process. Nice! Oh, and I killed Lautrec for the ring. Also, talk to Sigmar in front of Sten's Fortress. You need his quest line for a slab, so do it. Right before Capra Demon I saved this guy, because I would need him for sorceries. And then it was time for Capra Demon, which I beat on the first... second try. In the deaths, I got Large Ember, which will be needed for upgrading weapons for achievements. Saved this guy, we'll need him for pyromancies. And progressed to Gaping Dragon. This guy was very annoying, but I needed his tail weapon, which I got after a while. On to Valley of Drakes with my master key. I needed items for the achievement and I got them in front of this Drake who wasn't very happy about it. Yep. Progressing to Blighttown, I first got Remedy Sorcery up top and continued down to the bonfire. Surprisingly, I killed Quelaag on my first try. Then, I needed to get infected by these eggs to be able to buy Toxic Mist and Poison Mist from this guy. Moving on to Darkroot Garden. I had to farm these knights for their weapon and shield, which took long enough. And during the farming, I got so bored that I also helped a few people to defeat Moonline Butterfly to get medals. Then, I killed the butterfly myself and got an ember that's behind him. And also talked to Alavina, this cat, to discover Forest Covenant for another achievement. Before moving to another new location, I upgraded my Pyromancy Flame to plus 10, which I got from Laurentius, the guy I saved in Depths, because you need the flame to talk to this mage in Blindtown. She also sells pyromancies required for the achievements. Unfortunately, I chose the wrong answer when talking to Laurentius, and he went hollow in Blighttown. So, I couldn't buy pyromancies from him anymore. Oh well, next time in NG+, I guess. Whoops. Inside Sten's Fortress, I talked once again to Sigmar, and then went on to kill Iron Golem. I'm ashamed to say that he killed me 3 times before I beat him. I then returned to Blighttown for some stupid reason and bought all pyromancies from the mage. After that I decided to get very large ember from the ruins, which wasn't very hard, just a lot of running. When I was there I also farmed Titanite chunks from the raids to be able to upgrade my weapon. And with my upgraded katana I went to defeat Sif. To prepare for Anon Londo, I made a trip to Catacombs to get a Dark Moon Ring to be able to fight Gwyndolin later. In Anon Londo, I discovered Gwyndolin's Covenant for another achievement. Also joined the Covenant. Helped a few people to defeat Ornstein and Small to finally get my 10 medals for Solaire's achievement. I also progressed Sigmar's quest once more and then I spent like 3 hours farming Silver Knights around the bonfire to get all their weapons for the achievement. Also got items needed that were in hidden rooms around. Check the guide for that. Finally I summoned Solaire to defeat the duo myself, and the fight was kinda easy. While I was there, I also got a bow for the Knight's Honor achievement. Then I let Guinevere live to keep Anor Londo light, which keeps bonfires working in that area. Warped to Firelink to talk to Sigmar again. Went back to Asylum, where I killed Oscar to get his shield and the demon for the slap. Then I went back to Anor Londo, and from here to the Painted World. And here is why I joined the Darkmoon Covenant. You can farm souvenirs here to progress to next rank, so farm these harpies to get 10. There is also a few items and miracles to pick up around the map, so watch out for that. After the farming and getting 10 souvenirs, I went to destroy Priscilla and cut her tail off. Not gonna lie, I was very lucky to get the tail here. I don't know how it worked, but it did, so thank God for that. With that, I returned to Gwyndolin, gave her the 10 souvenirs, got a miracle, and then killed her. And got items in the room behind her. And with that, Anor Londo was completed. Then I got Solaire 10 medals and got another miracle. And finally it was time. Time to defeat 4 kings. And I got them on second try, so that was good. After defeating them, I talked to the Abyss Drake to start my Dark Lord ending. I already had the Link the Fire ending from my first playthrough. Then I had to return to Guinevere because I forgot about her covenant, unfortunately. So I had to go back and get it, and with that another achievement. Once again I talked to Sigmar, this time in Blighttown, then continued to Ash Lake, where I discovered another covenant and got another tail weapon. I'm surprised this guy didn't mind that I just cut his tail off, but whatever. There's also a miracle in the middle of the lake, so I got that as well. I went on to Duke's Archives. Here I saved the mage again and picked up all the items around the map that are required for the achievement. Also had to farm once again for Channeler's Trident. Didn't take as long as the Silver Knights, fortunately, but it was still long. Fighting Seath was fun. Needing to cut off his tail with his weird hitbox and also with a katana was not very fun or enjoyable, but I eventually got it. And that meant that I had all tail weapons at my possession. Then I bought all sorceries from the mage guy and went to fight him in the tower to get his items. And also got a magic ember, which I would need later. Time for the worst area of the game. Lost Izalith. First I got 30 humanity and gave it to the Chaos Sister to be able to activate the shortcut, and you also get a pyromancy for that, so you need it either way. Activated the shortcut and killed a bug that gave me Sunlight Maggot. It's a great helmet for the catacombs and it also saves Solaire. Continuing, Demon Fire Sage, easy, Centipede Demon, easy. Talked to Solaire once again, then helped Sigmar again. Be sure to check a guide for this, because this step in his questline is pretty hard and can go wrong easily. I cheesed Bed of Chaos because I couldn't care less about this boss. And then I returned to Darkroot Garden. In Darkroot I killed Hydra to get to talk to Dusk. Little did I know, if you talk to her after putting the Lord Vessel at the altar, she warps to the end of the DLC and you have to go there to buy all of her stuff, which you need for the achievement. Generally, you don't need to go to the DLC for achievements because there aren't any. So it's fair to say I was a bit mad when I learned that I had to go there anyway. In Catacombs I jumped into a coffin and found another covenant and achievement as well. I got betrayed by this guy and saved Rhea. You need to save her for the achievements, so be sure to save her. I killed the guy that threw me into the pit for another item, and also Petrus, because he will apparently kill Rhea when she returns to Firelink, and you need her, as I have said. Then I found a few items scattered around, needed for the achievements as well. Then I found Eyes of Death from Frogs in Depths to get 10. And once again, deepen rank in the Grave Lord Covenant. And for that also, you get a miracle. After that you can kill Nito, but not before. On my way to Nito, I had to kill Leroy the Paladin, who will invade you if you are human and also around the area. But I accidentally kicked him into the abyss and lost his items. And you need them for an achievement, so I had to do it in NG Plus again. I killed Nito, easily might I say, and had to go back to Blighttown to get another pyromancy I forgot there. I also had to go back to Crystal Cave and navigate this god-awful path, because there was an item I needed. Very fun. I eventually figured it out by using a bow, but I don't recommend this. If you don't need the achievement, just ignore it. Time for the DLC. I tried to go as fast as possible, so we will go too. I didn't want to waste time, because last time Manus took me like 20 tries, so I cheesed him. If you wanna know how, check a guide for this. Disclaimer, you will need a Hawk Ring. After killing Manus, Dusk was free, but I couldn't buy anything from her. I didn't know why. Thankfully, I found out that you can buy the same stuff she sells from Elizabeth the Shroom at the beginning of the DLC. I forgot to press record when buying, so you will just have to believe me, I did. Before finishing the DLC, I went to Kalamit's area, picked up a Titanite slab, and quickly ditched him, because I didn't want to fight him again. After that, I went to Firelink Shrine, bought all sorceries from this guy, and killed him, to get another sorcery. Then it is just a lot of farming and upgrading. I spent a lot of time farming Black Knights in the Kiln of the First Flame, because they have guaranteed drops of white, blue, red Titanite chunks. And you also need their weapons and shields. It took an hour or two, but after that I could finally upgrade. I got all the elemental upgrade achievements. I prepared all the weapons I needed to plus them, to be able to ascend them to boss weapons from souls I have and souls I would get in the next run. And with that I went into NG Plus by beating Gwyn. For NG Plus I had prepared a Great Club plus 14. I read somewhere that it is one of the best weapons for NG Plus. And NG Plus went about the same. I had to get to Capra Demon again because I needed to save Laurentius from the depths again. And after that I bought all of his pyromancies. I only needed one more, which I missed next to Bed of Chaos. Also, I had to run back into the ruins to Ingvard because I forgot to buy his sorcery the last time. Thankfully I did it on first try, but it was close. These ghosts are no joke. Finally I bought his sorcery, and with that, collect all sorceries achievement was done. After Taurus, I offered the soul of Gwyn to Solaris Covenant to get the last miracle, and the achievement for all miracles as well. Now I'm going to be skipping a lot, because a lot of the stuff isn't important. So after the first two bells, I killed the Iron Golem and went to Anor Londo. In Anor Londo I rushed straight to the duo, and summoned Solaire to make it easier. This time I needed to kill Smo first. Safe to say, this was very hard. Solaire died, but I managed to kill Ornstein, thankfully. I ascended other weapons to boss weapons, killed Gwyndolin, then the butterfly, then the doggo, and all the souls for this run collected. I just needed to finish the run. Next to Bed of Chaos, I got the last pyromancy, and with it the pyromancy achievement. Then messed up the Bed of Chaos cheese and had to run back like 3 times. Amazing. On to Four Kings. A lot of people quit NG Plus because of this boss fight, and yes, it's terrible. It's basically a DPS check, and I struggled a lot. I looked up online what to do, and basically put on Havel's armor, stood as close as possible, tanking all the hits, and spammed attacks, running away only when they were about to explode. It took me so many tries, but I got it. Before Nito, I killed Leroy again, this time in a tunnel, so I could loot him properly. Nito was also annoying. I died a lot because I couldn't deal with the skeletons. In the end, I picked up a Divine Spear so they don't respawn, and then I beat him. But again, it took a lot of tries. Oh my lord. With Nito out of the way, it was time for Seath. And to my surprise, I was very patient and beat him first try. Last stop, Gwyn. I remembered Gwyn as being very easy. Not on NG Plus, he's not. You miss one parry and you are dead. I spent more than an hour trying to beat him, until I decided to finish Solaire's questline and summon him for the fight. With Solaire, I was able to beat Gwyn as well. The last thing needed was to kill Sif, one last time and ascend all the weapons. NG++ wasn't much harder. I sped ran through the first bosses, killed Sif, and returned to Anor Londo. Here you don't even need to kill the duo and just head straight to the blacksmith. After making the last Sif's weapon and degrading my katana to +10 and making Chaos Blade from Quelaag's soul, I finally got the Knight's Honor achievement, and with it, all achievements were done. If you made it this far, you are amazing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.